Hey guys, this is Anime Ball Z here, and today we're going to be doing the fourth part of What If Goku Was Born with God Ki. I just want to thank you guys for the support given to my new What If full story, What If Goku Could Control His Uzaru form. I did finish that What If off quite a while ago, but I decided to make it into a full story since I hadn't done that for you guys yet. Also, I have decided from the community post that I did put out a few days ago that my next What If after this What If will be What If Goku and Vegeta were trapped in a time chamber, and I have already started scripting this. To be honest, so far I like where the script is going, and I'm definitely going to put it out after this What If is done. There's nothing much else I want to say in the intro, so without further ado, let's get into the video.
Winter time, all the time, ooh, yeah. Look at the way that I move, swag, disrespectful and I'm rude, okay. I had cocaine in the school.
So we left off the last part on where Goku was fighting Android 16. Goku, who is just way stronger than the android, receives no injuries whatsoever. His fighting ability doesn't seem to be diminishing anytime soon, and what he sees is that Android 16 is still giving him attacks at full throttle. It's weird though, because once Android 16 sees that he isn't able to even lay a scratch on Goku, he just stops in the air and reattaches his arms. Why has he stopped, Goku thinks, watching the stationary android in the air. As soon as this happens, Android 16 just flies off into the distance, heading in around the same direction as Android 18. After this, present Cell is dealt with by future Trunks, but the Cell from the past has arrived to cause havoc in Ginger Town. The first person to sense this energy is of course Goku himself. Once he gets there, he quickly starts to dismantle the being. Still in Super Saiyan Blue, he zooms past all of his ki blast and kicks him in the stomach so hard that blood comes gushing out his mouth. This one attack makes him barely able to crawl away, and since Goku sees that he has killed so many of the individuals in the city, he decides to take the being out with a single-handed energy wave. With this, the Cell Saga is pretty much over. Vegeta just leaves the planet to return to his interplanetary duties, and Goku continues to train while his family grows up. Goten is born like in canon, but Goku is actually present. Vegeta still gets stronger and stronger, and he has attained Super Saiyan 3. Goku has learned Kaioken from his best friend Krillin, and has also learned to combine it with his own Super Saiyan Blue, but as of now, he is only capable of Kaioken times 4 combined with Super Saiyan Blue. Remember, 7 years is much longer than the other time skips of the story, so I have to say that they get much stronger than before. The problem is, I believe that Whis wouldn't have much influence on Goku since he is supposed to be a neutral person. Also, Beerus is asleep, and so he won't be given the motive to actually leave to meet Goku and potentially train him. His progress is very promising though, as he has access to Super Saiyan from grade 1 all the way up to grade 4, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan Blue. He doesn't use anything below Super Saiyan God since the stamina drain to power multiplier ratio is literally terrible compared to the far superior godly forms. Nappa has gotten a good bit stronger, having a power level of around 3 million. He has access to Super Saiyan and grade 2, which makes him really big. The next big arc I'll be covering is the World Martial Arts Tournament. Vegeta, since he has a very wide range of influence, catches light of this tournament and heads off to participate as the Alien King. The first match we'll be covering is between Gohan and Kibito. This Gohan has still decided to lay off his training, and he actually has more reason to do so because Goku is the supreme protector of the world. Gohan is way weaker than his father, and there isn't much he can really do to compete. Also, he completed no training in the hyperbolic time chamber in the Cell Saga to make himself stronger. The only training he has really done is the training before the androids even arrived. Therefore, he is significantly weaker. He is still capable of Super Saiyan 2, but the overall power of such form is way worse than his canon version. In his match against Kibito, he is able to transform into a Super Saiyan 2, just about. However, he is taken down by Spopovich and Yami much easier this time. This then leads some of the fighters to have to fly off, chasing these two mysterious warriors. Of course, the next arc is this little tournament that Babidi has decided to set up to allow these fighters to get to the bottom floor of his ship. The first fighter that's up is Goku, who is against Pui Pui. Vegeta wants to get the last guy and they just let him do so, since he is quite persistent about it. Pui Pui thinks that he has an advantage against Goku, but he is just dead wrong. Simple base form Goku is enough to overpower him and ascend them to the next level. The following fight to Yakon is taken care of by Gohan, which he takes out through the use of Super Saiyan 2. The last fight between Vegeta and Dabura is a heated one. Vegeta has gotten way stronger and his base form is definitely way better than that of Goku's. To start off the fight, Vegeta begins in Super Saiyan 2. He knows the power that Super Saiyan 3 drains from him, so he decides to keep it until later to test the power of this demon beast first. The two fighters clash and Dabura is clearly more powerful than him. Vegeta tanks both hits that come to his forearm but is actually quite hurt. For the third strike, he tries to dodge it but is given a hard shot to the stomach that launches him into a mountain. All of these attacks cause quite the amount of damage, so on a whim he decides to power up to his ultimate form and highest showcasing of power, Super Saiyan 3. His power level quadruples, but he can already feel the stamina being sucked out of him. "I'm going to have to take out this guy quickly," he says. "Is this the power of the almighty king of the galaxy? You disappoint me." Out of nowhere, the Saiyan disappears into thin air. What? Where did he go? Did Babidi transport him back to the ship by accident? Dabura is very confused about this at first. He knows for a fact that he hasn't lost the fight yet, and for the majority of this fight he has been winning, so why would Babidi just transport Vegeta back to the ship like he's won? Suddenly he is hit in the back of the head by the swinging fist and is launched forwards at high speeds. This heavy blow makes him more confused as to how this could possibly be Vegeta's doing. This is because he had just overpowered him beforehand. Another few hits get thrown into his stomach, then finally Vegeta teleports above him to rain down a barrage of destructive golden ki blasts. Since Dabura is given time to prepare and dodge these hits, he does so amazingly. He swerves up and around the yellow ki blast, but two catch him at the last second, launching him into the ground below. Vegeta then appears a step away from him with a smile on his face. "This is a technique kindly handed to me by my Saiyan Yardrak colony. It allows me to transfer between different points in space instantaneously. Isn't that great?" he says, walking up closer to the weaker Dabura. "Stay away," Dabura shouts, using his signature spit to howl it at Vegeta. However, as soon as the spit starts to come towards him, he changes his points in space and arrives behind him, launching a super powerful close-up ki blast. While Dabura just floats in the air, weakened and brutally beaten, Vegeta launches his new final flash attack right at him. The light is bright yellow and completely engulfs the demon, reducing him to nothing but a corpse and scorched chunks of fabric. This allows Vegeta to return back to the ship, and he is still attacked by Babidi. The evil magician tries to screw with his mind, but this time he has no real family and isn't really compelled to just be controlled by him. Remember, in the canon, Vegeta turned into a Majin willingly. He wasn't exactly overpowered by Babidi's attempt to take over his mind. So this futile attempt to try and take over his mind fails, and Babidi quickly switches to his next weaker target, Gohan. With his magic skills and Gohan being a good bit weaker, he is successful. The large M sign grows over his forehead and makes him stronger than he once was. He is stronger, but overall, the Super Saiyan God still far surpasses him. However, Goku is still in his base when he is in the spaceship. Gohan maniacally looks at everyone in the ship. Once he finds his target, he transforms and charges at Vegeta. His punch is far more powerful than anything he has ever felt from the likes of Gohan. This kid really got stronger. He has Super Saiyan 2 as well. What a strong individual, Vegeta claims, handling the child a mere Super Saiyan. "Kakarot's son, why do you dare fight someone that's so high above your level?" he wonders, holding out his arms regally. "Well, I'm the prodigy of the Saiyan race. My power climbs from the range I attain. I am limitless," the more arrogant sounding Gohan says, erupting in a cloak of yellow ki. His hair starts to grow too along with his ki, and his rage grows along with both of them. In a few seconds he reaches Super Saiyan 3 and almost destroys the ship, leaving Babidi to teleport them elsewhere. Gohan's power level has more than quadrupled, making him more of a threat to Vegeta, but not completely. Vegeta, feeling his rapid increase in strength, ups the gears and transforms into Super Saiyan 3. Their fight begins, and Vegeta is the clear superior fighter. Gohan throws several punches, but Vegeta blocks 2 and gets hit by 1. As he falls back and Gohan chases right after him, he explosively kicks up to secure distance, ending with his Big Bang attack. This blue ball explodes powerfully with a bigger explosion radius than that of a nuclear bomb. Vegeta uses his instant transmission to just get right out of the area, not getting engulfed in his own blast. Gohan, however, makes another entry, going straight for a right. However, Vegeta parries the hit and comes over the top with a bruises strike to the face. This hit knocks Gohan right off course and allows Vegeta to hit him with a kick directly onto his liver. This single kick launches him more than 50 meters in the opposite direction, also hurting him significantly. However, Gohan starts to get the upper hand by throwing his own right straight and landing it this time. He follows through with a left uppercut through the gap in his limbs to shut Vegeta's jaw forcefully, finishing off with an aerial double drop kick. Once Vegeta is falling back, Majin Gohan wraps his arms around his waist and drives himself through an entire mountain. During this, Vegeta struggles to be released from Gohan's tight grasp, but eventually he succeeds and finishes off by launching the energy wave straight at the Majin being. Gohan, being much more injured than Vegeta is, sees that the end might be near. However, he is able to search through his pockets and find senzu beans that can give him the immediate Zenkai that he needs. He crunches down on this bean with a smirk across his face and is able to fully heal, further increasing his level of power. Ah, this is great. Another strength boost. Vegeta, you are no longer a match to me. Gohan with a refilled tank of stamina says in Super Saiyan 3. For Vegeta on the other hand, his stamina reserves are draining fast, and after that Zenkai he acknowledges that it will be harder for him to finish his fight for good. He also has no Zenkai and has to use every bit of power that he has left. The Saiyan King roars, charging up with as much power as he can muster. The ground rumbles and the rocky piles beside him tumble under his pressure and ki. The two Super Saiyan 3s stare each other down coldly, awaiting their clash. Gohan, the boosted individual, has become more arrogant than he already was and charges at Vegeta first. The two fighters begin their brawl once again, and Gohan actually seems to be taking the upper hand now. Vegeta is getting quite thrilled from the fight, and after fighting Goku a few times, he has actually become a little accustomed to fighting someone that is physically more capable than him. To try and win, he uses smart techniques like attack predictions and body positioning to have an as high damage given to damage taken ratio as possible. As this battle continues, Buu reaches full power. The Pink Warrior awakens and begins his rampage, starting with the Z Fighters. However, this beast is quickly met by the power of Super Saiyan God Goku. The Super Saiyan God senses that a strong fighter faces him and he can't wait to begin the brawl. Majin Buu just beats his chest like a little kid and flies at Goku. The thing is, Buu is far above the level of the androids, especially the upgraded versions of him, such as Kid Buu or Buuhan. To be honest, there's absolutely no way to actually determine the power of Buu and his other counterparts compared to the androids. All I know is that he is way stronger, especially Buuhan or Kid Buu. At this point in time, Buu has to be the strongest person that Goku has ever faced. Even though he isn't even mature, his attacks are the strongest that he has ever felt, and he is also incredibly fast. Seeing how strong his opponent is, Goku takes it up a notch and he uses his new and improved Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 4 form. This makes him 200 times stronger, but he has to be quick if he wants to dismantle his opponent in time. Goku throws multiple punches to his stomach and launches him into the air with a single swing. As Buu just makes some weird kiddish scream, Goku flies right around him to launch a one-hand energy wave that is large and destructive. This Buu is reduced to just a pile of goop that slowly starts to return to its ordinary form. Goku stays persistent and relentlessly attacks this beast, throwing each punch as hard as he can. Eventually, Buu is reduced to even more of an inorganic-like form, which is just a vibrating clump of goo. As he is in this form, he actually splits into two and the smaller goop of himself zooms towards Goku. Out of nowhere, Gohan appears to grab Goku and throw him out of the way. So this is the person that you've been fighting? I'll lay him down for you, father, and after that I'll lay you down, Majin Gohan claims, looking back to Buu, who has that same M logo on his waist as he has on his forehead. Gohan doesn't actually know this though. Gohan is hit with a surprise attack and is absorbed by Buu, making him even stronger. Of course, technically this is Buuhan, but it is a much weaker version of him. Since Gohan is Majin, I will also say that he is a bit more sinister than before, but still smart. Some more power. Okay Goku, let's see if you still have the power to stop me, he exclaims, flying right at Goku. The two warriors exchange their fair share of blows, and Buuhan is actually getting the upper hand on the Saiyan. His attacks are quite simply more powerful, and he is landing more of them. This is the first time that Goku has ever really encountered a being stronger than him at this level, and it makes him thrilled. Instead of cowering away and being fearful of Buuhan like a normal person would, he wants to rise to the occasion instead, like a Saiyan. Buuhan tries to throw a right punch to the face, but Goku parries this punch down and lands 2 punches to Buuhan's face. In retaliation, Buuhan swings out with a kick to the side of the body, and finally an upwards kick to the chin that jerks Goku's head back powerfully. This then causes Goku's brain to rattle in his skull. While he isn't even looking at his opponent, Buu is able to launch a full power energy wave that lands right in his stomach. He soars away at high speed, hitting into a hill that causes a rather high level explosion. The Saiyan is quite heavily injured now, falling out of Super Saiyan Blue and returning to Super Saiyan God. "You're done, Goku," Buuhan shouts as he starts to end the fight. So that will conclude the 4th part of What If Goku Was Born with God Ki. Please tell me something you liked about the video or something that I should improve on for the next part. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.